Hey guys, what is up? And Shadolance back for another review. Finally getting around to the F2000. I've had so many of you guys ask me to do this, and I just haven't got my hands on it in such a long time. The last time I had it was not last December, but the December before, and I really didn't think to do the review at the time. That was back before I really got into doing reviews again, so I'm finally getting around to this. And I gotta say, it's a really fun gun to use, but it's vastly underpowered, especially as an NX rare. At the time of its release, it was still underpowered. This gun has always been underpowered, and probably will always be underpowered. Super underpowered. But anyway, going into the stats, damage of 40, portability of 60, rate of fire of 74, accuracy of 86, and recoil of 66. It is fully automatic only, customization, magazine, and suppressor. I wouldn't suggest customizing it in any way. I'd say just leave it as is. The scope is very unique. It is the only gun in the game to have it besides the other nemexis F2000 variant. So, yeah, you're not really going to find it anywhere else. I personally think the scope looks really cool, even though I do find it to be relatively useless. It doesn't seem to work very well as a scope, but I do like it. It's really fun. It's just a fun gun to use. I would never consider it for competitive gameplay. I do prefer the nemexis F2000 variant. I will go over that in just a minute. But first, into the stats. Damage of 40, very low for an NX rare. Even an NX standard nowadays tends to have around 40 to 43, so 40 is a little on the low side. The M4A1 SOP mod gets 43, I do believe, or 44, and the M416 CQB camo also gets, I do believe, 44. So 40 is a bit on the low end, especially since you cannot customize this gun. Portability of 60 is just average, nothing super special. Rate of fire of 74 is on the higher end of average, moving between 70 and 74. However, nowadays with the other two guns I mentioned earlier, the SOP mod and the CQB camo, those can get up to 77, so this is also once again on the lower side. Although it's not too big of a deal, it does, you know, every little bit counts. Accuracy of 86 is also quite high. You can tap fire this gun very, very accurately, which is nice. Do appreciate that. The recoil of 66 is also pretty much average, not really special, just kind of what you see on most assault rifles regardless. The spread recovery is very fast, and the overall spread is pretty small, so spraying's pretty easy to do, and I do appreciate that on the gun. That's one thing that actually makes this gun kind of redeemable, which is kind of nice. The ammo capacity is a typical 30 of 90, so 120 total shots. This is where I'm going to go into why I like the nemexis F2000 variant better. It has a total of 150 shots. It has 30 shots with 120 in spare, so it has extra ammo, which is really, really nice. Stat-wise, the nemexis F2000 is almost exactly the same as the regular F2000. It has 2 points higher recoil at 68, 1 point lower accuracy at 85 compared to 86. The rate of fire of 74, portability of 60, and damage of 40 are all the same. Both guns have relatively low damage drop-off, although it is noticeable at a range. So at a range, you will be getting a 5 or 6 shot kill. However, close up, you should have a very consistent 3-shot kill, maybe 4-shot kill on a non-recon vester. The only reason I'm saying 3-shot kill now is because most people these days are really running around with the recon vest after all the times they've been sold or given out, or light vests for that matter. I mean, it's just what people tend to prefer. So you will be looking at a 3-shot kill to the chest to a light vester. If you're looking at a medium vester, it's going to consistently be a 4-shot kill. A tanker vester, 5-shot. This is possibly the most average assault rifle in the entire game. That applies to this entire series. Except, strangely, the GP one, the FS2000, performs very, very differently than any of these guns. The F2000 Tactical has its own unique recoil, same with the FS2000, which is more like a P90. The FS2000 has a P90-like recoil, where it sways back and forth a whole lot and doesn't have a whole lot of upward motion. The F2000 Tactical is basically the same way, except more upwards. It's like a minimalized G36 recoil. The nemexis F2000 and the regular F2000 both have the exact same recoil pattern, so that's kind of nice, although it's kind of difficult to get used to if you're trying to spray and scope. Tap firing, it's actually quite an optimal one because it has very, very little recoil, and you can tap fire almost as fast as you would like, and that's very nice. One thing that was fixed in the F2000 over the nemexis variant when reloading has kind of like a delay. It almost looks like a bug, although I don't know if it would be intentional or not. The bug is that it actually, like, you press the R button to reload, and it like waits a half second before actually reloading and running the animation. So reload is very long on the nemexis F2000. However, on the regular F2000, that is not true. It has the typical just reloads and does it, and it's a relatively fast reload, which is nice. The draw speed on every one of these variants, even the GP one, are all very high, so that's good. This is the kind of gun where it's literally the most average gun in the game. I cannot describe a more average gun. It's just decent in everything. The Scar L series is all relatively average, but it does have that higher damage with customization, so it's hard to say that's totally average. This gun is totally average in every way. There's really no other way to describe it. The nemexis F2000 was only sold during the Battle at City Center update with the nemexis Wave Purge. I forget what it's actually called. It's the Surge of nemexis or whatever it was called. But the point is, it's only been sold for that one time. The nemexis Chris recently came out again for a Friday sale for permanent. I got it. It's actually a great gun. But I would not expect to see the nemexis F2000 again anytime soon. I do highly suggest getting it though, because it is a ton of fun to use. There's a reason I sent it to UCD. I thought he'd enjoy using it, and it's a ton of fun. But as far as the regular F2000, I would not bother renewing it. It's really not that great of a gun. It's far too average and not great for competitive gameplay. I just find it fun to use, and I think it honestly looks completely badass. That's just my personal opinion, although I still think the nemexis F2000 looks even better. I do like the gray nemexis on the side and the little red writing stuff. I think that this looks in general very cool. But that's about it for the review today, guys. Please keep watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please check out the Facebook group and TeamSpeak 3. I host that, guys, for you for a reason. Host you guys that for a reason. Whatever, anyway. See you guys next time. Shadolance out.